I decided I'm going to start posting some gear reviews. I've been splitboarding for a while, and I have a lot to say about a lot of gear. So this is a K2 boot that's meant for splitboarding especially. It's called the Ascent boot, and I'm actually retiring these bad boys for good now. They've really seen a lot of wear. I've worn them, I think, for about 15 years. I'm not exactly sure, but it's been quite a long time. K2 Ascent. A couple things about this. The first thing that's the real big kind of appeal about this, it's a pretty rigid boot, but it's got a BOA that controls a ankle tighten, like a hard plastic ankle tightener that cinches it down in your ankle, so that when you're going uphill on the skin track, you pop open the BOA and the heel, or excuse me, the ankle articulates a lot. And then when it's time to go downhill, you pop the BOA in and tighten it up, and it gives you a nice kind of firm feel for the downhill. Another little feature that I really have always liked about these things is they've got ties on them, and you can lace them all the way up, but they have these little locks that you fold down over the top of the lace, so that once you've laced up the top part, you can fold those little locks down in the ankle corner here, and then the top of the boot, or the front of the boot, is tight, and then you can kind of take your time and loosen and strap the top two, which I always found it hard to kind of keep them torqued hard as I lace it all the way up. And these little things are super handy to keep the laces tight on the front part of the shoe while you're doing the other part, the top part. Also, I tend to find that I like to have the front of the boot really tight over the arch, and then personal preference is I like to have it a little loose here. And that's because inside of the liner, there's a strap. I don't like that very tight because I tend to have kind of a thick calf, and this needs some space. But then I keep the tongue and I keep the upper loose, and then I use this outer strap. When it's time to go downhill, I'll often torque this down once really tight on the outside and give it a cinch, and then when I'm done and to go back uphill, I'll loosen it up again. These things are super sturdy. They've got a little heel crook in the back. I don't know what the hell that's called, but it's meant to kind of hold a crampon in. The only downside about these boots, I mean, they are comfortable, they're sturdy. The only downside, the liners come all the way out, so you can dry them out real easy and wash them. The only thing I don't like is that the nose is really a big, fat, wide nose. And when I use crampons or billy goat plates or whatever, it's really hard to keep a crampon in there. I've even got the widest crampon that I can find, that kind of the bridge of it stretches out really far, and even still, sometimes I often have to tighten the crampon straps 2 or 3 times in order to keep the boot firm inside. But I love them so much that I bought a second pair, so I'm retiring these guys, and the new pair is getting broken out. I've been hoarding them for like 2 years, and I'm finally gonna break them out now because these bad boys are done. But it's a great boot, K2, good job. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. Thanks.